Good day to you all, and greetings from the Royal College of Psychiatrists in London. It's a pleasure to be with you today, and I would like to express my thanks to the organizing committee for inviting me to talk to you about an important aspect of the work of the Royal College of Psychiatrists. I am Mohammed Al-Uzri. I'm the Presidential Lead for International Affairs at the Royal College of Psychiatrists. I work as a consultant psychiatrist in a city called Leicester, in the middle of England. And today I will talk about the international element of the Royal College of Psychiatrists and how to fulfill its potential. I will start by talking why should we be kind of thinking about the international element of the college in the first place, and why should we develop a strategy for that. And then I will go through that strategy and what we have covered since its launch in the summer of last year, in July of last year. So to start with, and to think why would we need an international strategy? While the Royal College of Psychiatrists is based in London at the United Kingdom, its membership is widely spread across the world. Almost 1 in 5 of the membership of the college are based outside the United Kingdom. Furthermore, almost just below 50%, just below half of the UK-based members of the college who are in the United Kingdom, practicing in the United Kingdom, are international medical graduates. And what I mean by that, they've had their primary medical qualification outside the United Kingdom. And in addition, there is increasing uptake of college exams, which is the route to become a member of the Royal College of Psychiatrists, are increasingly taken by the international candidates. In fact, the last exam, which is the virtual CASC exam in 2021, the percentage of international candidates was 36% of all candidates who sat the exam. And this is an increase compared to the previous years. Just to give you an idea about the spread of the international candidates who sit our exams and then later on become members, this is an example of an exam in 2018, which shows the primary medical qualification of those candidates, which is really spread across the 5 continents. Therefore, I think it's important to think about the international strategy more about consistent with the college main function of supporting training and education in psychiatry. The commitment of the college is to raise the standards in psychiatry and deliver better care to our patients through training and education. And the college will have a duty to share the collective knowledge and skills of its membership between different cultures, different countries, and across the globe. And finally, the college already doing a lot of international work, both as a college as well as through its individual members. And that's why we would like to enhance this international work through the establishment of an international strategy. So what kind of work the college does at the internationally. It is divided into 6 international divisions according to geographical areas. As I mentioned, the MRC Psych is an international exams with centers in Oman, Singapore, Malta, Hong Kong, and India. And the demands for those centers kind of increasing. The continuous professional development online courses are delivered in outside the United Kingdom, in Australia, New Zealand, Netherlands, Estonia, and Malta. And again, increasing number of countries are asking for those modules. The faculties of the college are contributing into shaping policy in mental health in Europe and beyond. And the most recent guidance on the vaccination across Europe is a good example for patients with mental health illnesses. Is a good example of how we're shaping the policies across different countries in Europe. The college has a library of public health leaflets covering a wide range of mental health related issues. These leaflets are translated into numerous languages, and MindEd offers free online education courses. The Central for the College Center for Quality Improvement has 27 members outside the United Kingdom and engage in activities to raise standards of care and delivery of care across the globe. I mean, we are extremely proud of the volunteer scheme and the work that delivered by our members as volunteers and supported by the voluntary and international psychiatry special interest group, which is one of the largest special interest group. This voluntary work extends across the globe, and especially in low and middle income countries. The college has established its own medical training initiative scheme, similar to other royal colleges in the United Kingdom. And this scheme is growing in strength since 2013. And plenty more of international kind of activities that I really cannot cover now, but like I said, both as a college, as an individual members are engaged in. Therefore, it was natural that the college came together in late 2019, establishing a working group across the different parts of the faculties, the divisions of the college, and it produced its first international strategy, which recognizes our existing work that I've described earlier, as well as make it clearer that the values and the principles that would underpin our new international work and operational model. I will discuss in details the 6 strategic objectives that was set for the next 3 years in line with the kind of the presidency of our current president, Dr. Adrian James. This is the leadership team. These are the kind of the team that is responsible for the delivery and leading this the international team, obviously led by our president, Dr. Adrian James, and our chief executive, Paul Rees. And I have a direct responsibility for the implementation of this international strategy, together with my colleague, Dr. Farida Area, who is the Medical Training Initiative specialist advisor, and the wonderful international team that we have, Alan Cook, who's the head of International Devolved Nations and Division, and Agnes Roboski, who is the International Liaison Manager, and Sarah Eldridge, who is our administrator, and we were recently joined by Charlotte Callahan, who is the MTI coordinator. So collectively, we are responsible for the delivery of the international strategy for the college. As I mentioned earlier, our strategy is underpinned by the college values: courage, innovation, respect, collaboration, learning, and excellence. There are 6 objectives, as I mentioned. It ranges from delivering education and trainings and promoting research in psychiatry. Very important to promote recruitment and retention in psychiatry, and this is not just within the UK, it's across the globe. Improving standards and quality across psychiatry and wider mental health services, and support the prevention of mental ill health through volunteering and other activities. Being the voice of psychiatry, the college has an important advocate role for our patients, our members, as well as professionals working in mental health in general. The college is a membership, is a professional body with its membership at the heart, and they lead and direct the college kind of strategies and commitment. That's why it only makes sense that one of our main objective is support our members and psychiatrists, even those who are not members of the college, to achieve their professional potential by providing an excellent member experience. And finally, it's very important that whatever we do in terms of international work, this is well-resourced, it is sustainable, and provide good experience, and it's in line with the agreed priorities of the membership of the college. Our first is strategic objective, delivering education and training and promoting research in psychiatry, have seen a wider spread of the MRC Psych exam across the globe, and that was helped by the digitalization in 2020. As the COVID situation unfold, there are kind of the situation is under review and always into consideration whether we go back into face-to-face exams or we continue with the digital model. But regardless, I think there is a strong commitment from the leadership of the college that the international offer regarding exams need to be enhanced. We deliver training and the trainer courses, and one of the examples that coming into especially to the South Asian division is a course on ADHD in September of this year. This is in collaboration with the Learning Disability Faculty and the Center for Autism and Neurodevelopmental Disorders based in Chester. And that's an example of how the model that we will be using in the international work. This is a collaboration between a certain geographical area led by the local membership of the college through the South Asian division, linked into the faculty who will provide the quality assurance about the content of this course, in partnership with a reputable organization who are keen on promoting mental health in that part of the world. There were a number of events during the last year since launching this strategy, and one of the most relevant kind of webinar that we developed in collaboration with the Voluntary and International Psychiatry Special Interest Group in May 2021 is the psychological first aid webinar, with the news of increased trauma associated with a large number of COVID in different parts of the world, such as India, kind of Latin America, and as well as many other parts of the world. This was a timely webinar to attend to the needs of colleagues outside the United Kingdom. As I mentioned earlier, we are committed into promoting recruitment and retention in psychiatry, and that's why we have established the Medical Training Initiative scheme, which looks into sharing of the NHS experience with our colleagues overseas who can come for a period of up to 24 months to the United Kingdom to further their training before going back and help develop further their services they provide for mental health patients in their home countries. This is an example of the induction day that we have organized for one of our intakes. Third objective is improving standards and quality across psychiatry and wider mental health services. And that's important. This is an important objective that very close to the heart of the wider membership and is reflected in the number of increasing numbers of volunteers who volunteer for those projects. And this is a really good example of the MAP project in Palestine, which is in collaboration with the Medical Aid Palestine to help train further and support with the training of their psychiatry residency program through the delivery of supervision session as well as the mentorship. And this was kind of presented in one of our recent Insight magazine. And that's, again, this is the model that we really like to work with. As a college, our strength is the knowledge and the skills of our membership. So we collaborate with both the health services and the ministry over there, and guided by their local needs, in collaboration with a non-governmental organization who are a stakeholder and interested in supporting mental health services in that part of the world. So really, this is again an example of what we want to work with when we're delivering international work. It's the three-way partnership. We have the host, we have the college, and we have the organization who are prepared to help with logistics and infrastructure over there. We also collaborate with other Royal Colleges, for example, delivering a webinar for our colleagues training for an emergency medicine. So this is in collaboration with the Royal College of Emergency Medicine in the UK, who is delivering master classes in India and Pakistan for emergency medicine doctors over there. And we collaborate by delivering the mental health component of emergency medicine. We're also working with colleagues in Ukraine to enhance the psychological intervention that can be offered in times of conflict and disaster situation. Our fourth objective is to be the voice of psychiatry and provided number of advocacy awareness days, increasing awareness of wide range of subjects, such as the the gender-based violence. We oppose cuts to the overseas development budget by the United Kingdom government, and we advocate for the raising of standards of services in different parts of the world. One of the projects that we are working again with Palestine is looking to the way that ECT is being delivered. So really remains an advocate for our patients and making sure that care is provided at the best and highest standard of care possible. Our fifth international strategic objectives as I mentioned, is the work with our international divisions, make sure the college remains active and relevant to our college, our membership overseas, and that was reflected into the well-attended and wide-ranging stakeholders at the roundtable events during the International Congress of 2021, where we were able to capture many of the local issues that kind of preoccupy the thinking of our professional colleagues across the globe. And from those meetings, identified a number of priority areas that the college was asked to support and help with. And we will be prioritizing those according to the needs and obviously to resources available. We are making it easier for our colleagues who are non-members of the college to join into the college in different capacities and have access to the resources available through the college. And we are kind of very pleased with the increasing number of associate members who are joining the college from overseas, to make sure that our communication with our international divisions and wider membership is enhanced. We produced a new newsletter for international members that captures both the activities and showcase the good work they are doing, as well as this keeping them informed and up to date with development at the college. The sixth strategic objective is to make sure that we have an effective management of resources and delivering excellent employee experience to agreed priorities, and that's to making sure that the right governance is in place, that whatever project or activity we are committed to, it is supported by the relevant parts of the college. We restructured the International Advisory Committee, which is the committee that oversees that. It is the focal point of international work, and this is where it will bring it. This is where we bring the different components of the college, the faculties, the divisions, and so on, and support with their international work. So we restructured this committee to become more reflective of the nature of the international work, the delivery of the international strategy, and that's how we make sure that the international divisions have a stronger presence at the meetings where international issues are discussed and explored. The final element is that make sure a process in place that we regularly review the international work and its progress and monitored to make sure that we are delivering on what we committed ourselves as a college to the objectives that we have set up, and make sure it's underpinned by the right processes and reviewed regularly. To keep on track for the delivery of those objectives. So in summary, the international strategy that we launched last year in kind of July of last year, and it's almost a year now, it's a year in fact now since we have launched, is a means of focusing the Royal College attention and resources in relation to international work and membership. The strategy have set up the geographical and thematic areas where we think our expertise and voice can be most effective in improving global mental health outcomes. And linked to that, it has to be sustainable, and whatever projects we are engaged in, that need to be supported and sustainable, so that our expanding volunteer scheme is the most effective and efficiently delivered across the world. I would like to thank you for listening, and I will be more than happy to respond to any questions or comments. And these are my details, whether directly through the college or on Twitter or by any means that you'd like kind of to communicate. Thank you very much.